Yes. Yep. So we were just talking about the great work that Nude Voice Apparel does. Well, how about the good work that we all can do? Volunteering is so important to everyone, families, communities, cities. We couldn't do what we do without volunteers. So we're happy to have the volunteer coordinator from Silvercreek, Sue DiBlasio, here, and a member of the Silvercreek Board of Directors, Grace Zelek, plus from Volunteer Toronto, Kamara Chambers.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome to all of you.
Hi, Val. Thank you.
Is it the International Year of the Volunteer?
That was actually last year.
Last year, okay.
This year, what's happening every year, on December the 5th, there is the International Volunteer Day. So that's something that was started by the United Nations, and it's a global celebration of volunteers. So it's really exciting. We're doing some things at Volunteer Toronto to recognise it, and it's a really good time of year to really recognise volunteers and their contribution that they do throughout the year.
Is there any clue as to how many volunteers are actively out there in the GTA? I mean, can somebody put a number on that?
No, it's really hard to do so. Around Canada, we expect 1 in 2 people volunteer, so that's about half the Canadian population, which is 34 million, I believe, so half of that. But in the GTA, there are so many people that are volunteering, doing all kinds of work, and we really encourage that, and we'd love to see what's happening across the city.
And of course, there's stuff all year long.
Yes, definitely.
But at this time of year, with the holiday season, does new stuff crop up?
It does. So there are lots of different volunteer opportunities. One that's really interesting is gift wrapping. So there are different
No way,
charities.
you can volunteer as a gift wrapper?
I know, as if you don't have enough to do yourself. But
somehow it's more fun doing it for somebody else.
It is. It can be really amazing to do so. And lots of the charities that do that kind of volunteering, they actually use eco-friendly paper, so recyclable paper. So they're kind of giving back to the environment whilst them actually helping their organisation. And so you can do that. So there's a great organisation called the Central Neighbourhood House, and they actually look for volunteers to help to deliver presents to people in need just before Christmas. So that's something else you can do. That's
a great one. I've done that. It's quite rewarding. Where does somebody start if they're thinking, yeah, you know what? I think I need to give back. What's step one?
A great place to start is our website, so www.volunteertoronto.ca. We have a special holiday volunteering page, and we have a whole list of different volunteer opportunities across the city that essentially need people for the Christmas time. As well, because a lot of people do look to volunteer over Christmas, sometimes charities are actually inundated by requests from volunteers. So if you can't actually find an organisation to help, if that does happen, we do actually have a list of other ways you can give back, such as adopting an animal at Toronto Zoo, perhaps actually having a little fundraising campaign at your workplace, or even creating little homemade care packages for homeless people in your area. So there are different ways you can help.
Wonderful. Now, Sue, if somebody wants to volunteer at Silvercreek, that'd be a good idea, right?
Oh, absolutely, it would be a great idea. We really survive with our volunteers. We have 24 in-class volunteers. We have 4 that work in the office. We have a few that work on special projects, and as well for our fundraising. Our fundraising is all done by volunteers.
So you couldn't survive without it. Let's talk about what Silvercreek does.
Oh, let me tell you, we are the most beautiful place in Toronto. I have to say that. It is a preschool for children with special needs. And along with providing the nursery school environment, we have a whole team of therapists. We have occupational physiotherapists, music therapists, speech and language pathologists, communication specialists. So we have a whole range of therapists that work hand in hand with our teacher groups, and they work together to give these kids the best nursery school experience and bring out their potential.
Well, we just saw a video.
Find their excellence.
What a happy bunch of kids that is. And Grace, you're familiar with this because you've got a child in the program and you're heavily involved with the organization too.
Yes, I do. My daughter has been at Silvercreek for a year and a bit, and I just recently joined the board of directors because it's such an amazing organization that I absolutely needed to become a part of this. And this was the best step for me at this point, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it.
Wow. What are some of the volunteer opportunities that are happening at Silvercreek?
The biggest opportunity is in the classroom, and people can go to the Silvercreek's website. We have a volunteer section with an online application. They can also find our organization on the Volunteer Toronto page, also to volunteer. And we give them a tour. We interview them. All of our volunteers have to have a police check for vulnerable sector, as well as their immunizations up to date. And then I just work in the classroom with them. We have some instructional sections with our therapy group. And believe me, the teachers and the therapists appreciate all of their hard work.
Really quick, Grace, what are some of the fundraising events coming up?
We do a lot of fundraising. This is one of the things that Silvercreek does. Our annual goal is $200,000 to be raised every year. So we've got 3 golf tournaments that happen. The I Miss Mike charity golf tournament, which is in memory of Mike Serba.
I'm sorry I have to cut you off.
That's okay.
Go to volunteertoronto.ca, torontouthvolunteer.org, and silvercreekpreschool.ca for all the info. After the break, we'll explore the Toronto Zoo. Thanks, guys.
Okay.